Good day. Having a fun day out in the garden so far. Well, I'm getting ready to have a fun day in the garden, I should say. I'm trying some new stuff with my microphone. Hopefully this works out better. I'm trying to use some settings that will help drown out the background noise and amplify my voice. I'm not positive how well that's going to work, but that should work really well. I don't know if that just showed up on camera. Nope, the background's out of focus. A flying squirrel just went. I've only seen 2 of those in my entire life. I know we have them in Missouri, but I've never seen them, and I just saw one just glide from the. It was really cool. Wish I had. Okay, back on focus. So, new audio stuff. Hopefully it works. The only downside to this audio setting is I've noticed that I can hear like absolutely every breath I take, which drives me nuts during editing. But I guess that's something I'll just have to get used to, or I just won't breathe. We'll try that. Just kidding. That's not a good idea. So, what's up today? I'm going to do kind of like not a garden tour, but a project tour, because it's time for me to get rolling on everything. Even though it might look like I have really gotten some things done out here, the fact of the matter is I faked it. I mean, all these things that look like they're planted, especially over here, well, they're not. I just stuck them where they're supposed to be. We were entertaining last weekend. I had 3 days to figure out what to do with nearly 700 plants. So I just had to fake it. There was no way I was going to get all those things planted in time, and I didn't really want to. I wanted to make sure that I'm doing things properly, that, things are going the way I want them to. So I just sort of stuck things around where I think they should go and what I want to do with them. Now, obviously, there are things like these hydrangeas over here. Those aren't meant to stay here. Those are going to go somewhere else, but it just looked better to have things kind of arranged instead of scattered all about, because we were entertaining over the weekend, this last weekend, and we just wanted things to look nice. So, that being said, I am just overflowing with projects, and I wanted to do the project tour to start things out with because, well, that just makes it more fun to kind of get that before and after. So I'll be able to do this project tour and then do my little projects. I shouldn't say little. Well, they are little. It's a whole bunch of little bitty projects. And then see the change over time. I think that'll be more fun. So, to get started, what would it be? Butterfly garden. Now, the butterfly garden is an absolute disaster. So this is the butterfly garden, and I know that it looks gross and garbagey. That's because this is kind of like a little native section, mostly native. I have some hydrangeas and some other things thrown in here that aren't native just to help attract the pollinators. But this is for the monarch butterflies, so there's a lot of milkweed and just big flowering colorful plants to help attract them. They aren't in flower yet, but there's all this grass coming up in between, so this is all going to be mulched. I have a crepe myrtle I'm going to stick in there, the marguerite daisies that I dug up from the spring planters, those are going in here, and I have some more plants around the corner. Also, I need to figure out what to do about all of these wild strawberries that are taking over. I mean, they're everywhere. They're here, they're on the other side of my yard, they're everywhere. These are all going to be vegetable planters. Just haven't gotten to it yet because of the chaos, and then all these guys need to be planted up with whatever's going to go in them. That's just that. We're not even going to go into that right now. So let's go over here. The Vandas. You can't really see them all in there, but I need to go in and prune their roots. Just the dead stuff, the stuff that died over the winter time when the garage door got left open and they desiccated, and need to fertilize. That's really important. Definitely need to. I had to order fertilizer. It should be here today. My local nurseries stopped carrying the Jack's or the Jack Peters fertilizer, so I had to order it, which kind of stinks because I hate a bug in my mouth. I hate not being able to support the local nurseries. And then this tree needs to come down now that the baby robins they've left, so I can cut this down, and I'm going to have to completely replan what goes in the ground over here, because the sunlight's going to be different. That was all going to be shade stuff, and you know, judging by this Medellina I have over here that's sunburnt, I don't think that's going to go very well over there as far as shade goes. And down here, these are some Thai giants that are starting from bulbs. They're supposed to be Thai giants. I am suspicious that they're just your regular colocages, but we'll see. I'm gonna let them grow a little bit more before I get too upset about that. All this needs to be done. I have some gingers here. These are the scarlet fever curcumas. They're kind of like semi-hardy where I live, so gonna have to figure out what to do with those. And all these guys got some phals in bloom over here. I did purchase a couple of these. They were on clearance for $4.98 at Sam's, and I figured why not, even though I've been trying to not buy orchids. I went ahead and got them anyways. These guys need to be arranged. I have all my proven winners petunias over here. Don't know, I think I'm gonna do a bowl with those probably. And look, there's just this one yellowy pinky petunia in here, and I think that it's honey. Yep, Super Petunia honey. I love that. It's so pretty. Okay, we need to deadhead some hibiscus. Things are going to go in and out of focus because I'm doing manual focus to avoid the clicking sounds, so I apologize for that. This seashell planter's really taken off nicely. I don't know how I feel about the color combination, but it'll do for now. So heading back over here into the garden. I've got an elephant ear planted up front with a new crepe myrtle behind it, and I'm going to do sun impatiens all through the center there. Back here, need to repot this queen palm badly. I'm not going to repot it into the planter that it's in. I'm going to put it in a larger pot, put that larger pot in that pot so that I can make this fit into the house during the winter time. But this queen palm provides a lot of shade to everything else, so it's really important that I take good care of it and keep it alive. I'm also just now noticing something what is this? This is alarming. There is sawdust. Why is there sawdust over here? Oh. You see that hole? Carpenter bees. I think I might just have to bite the bullet and get an exterminator out here for those guys, because I can't seem to get rid of them. And that's really not good for the house. We just had the siding changed. Over here is just an absolutely glorious area. Makes me so happy. I'm still kind of deciding what to plant here, but I have these proven winners heucheras. These are the silver bell gumdrops, and I'm obsessed with them. They're getting their very own video. A Marguerite daisy, an agapanthus, some portulaca, some different cordylands back here, a calla lily, and these aren't all going right here. This is just sort of where I'm keeping them because it's a little bit more shady, mostly because of the queen palm I just showed you. But so it's easier for me to keep them kind of watered in. The heucheras need some shade. These are a part shade to shade heuchera. So I was going to put them under that tree that I showed you that has to come down, and when that tree comes down, there's going to be too much sun there. So I got to figure that out. But aren't they pretty? Those silver bells are gorgeous. Let's see. Here we have orchids. My odoratas are finally blooming. Not super impressive, but I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you can see there's more up there. I hung them up too high. Right above my finger. So I need to lower those down. I just had them up high because I wanted them out of the way from the construction workers. Bananas are still coming up nicely. They probably grow at least a foot a week, I think. Pineapple lily's doing well. This pineapple lily, though, always ends up getting too much shade by the time it's flowering and the flowers pop over, because the bananas end up shading it an awful lot. So I might kind of prune back the foliage on the bananas until these guys have flowered, because it would be nice for a change for them to stick up straight. And I would relocate it, but there really just isn't a nice full sun spot other than maybe right here in this corner where I already have a division planted. I have these Tradescanthas here. They're a hardy variety. This particular variety of Tradescantha really does remind me of a kangaroo paw for some reason. They're kind of fuzzy down on the inside. They have a slightly bluish hint to their foliage, and Tradescantha is a great ground cover. There are hardy varieties and there are tropical varieties. This one is supposed to be hardy through zone 6, which is where I am. If you're upwards in zone 9, 10, 11, there are much more colorful varieties you can grow. Over here, I've got my crotons planted. I planted some Rossellias in here. This needs to be top dressed with some fresh sand and shells. But I am battling a nutsedge outbreak. There's the nutsedge. This whole area is problematic with nutsedge every single year. And I spray and I pull. But I mostly spray because I've learned that when I pull, if you leave the slightest bit of root behind, it just takes over. So this year it's better than it's been, but there's still so much of it, and I'm battling it. What are you doing, Toby? Over here is the mess. I have this dead palm that had fusarium wilt last year that I need to break up. And you see all this nutsedge? I mean, it's everywhere, and I just sprayed last week. So most of that is new growth. Very annoying. Down here along the berm, I've gotten all of the mulch down around the unanimous and the bananas and the pedicets. That guy. There's several of them. And I think that this needs some annuals. It needs some impatience. It needs some pops of color. But I have to be very strategic about where I put those, because as the bananas get bigger, they're going to like really block out just about everything that's in the understory here. So I'm still kind of toying with what to do there. I need to fill out this planter also. Need to get that going. The wind keeps knocking the spore bird of paradise over. Have some pruning to do in the queen palm. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it because I can't reach even on a ladder. This guy's getting to be a little bit too big. I got these guys planted up. I went ahead and all 4 of the palms, this one, and the 2 down there, I did an orange sun patient, and the rose, I believe is the color, sun impatient, and then rose vein Serphinias all around all of them. Okay, so these are the electric orange sun impatients. On the other end, I ended up doing the tropical coral, I believe, because I ran out of these. I didn't do my math properly when I did my orders, apparently. So heading through, sounds fun. I've got some hostas that need to get planted up. These are beautiful. They're Fire Island hostas. And they have these lovely red stems on them. They'll more sun. These were getting more sun, and these were a much brighter red when they were getting more sun. So I'm probably going to plant them someplace that gets more sun now that I know that. And as a welcome relief, the mimosa tree is coming back. I was really worried that it was dead because we pruned it so much. We took 10 or 12 feet off the top, and I was really worried that would be too much, but it seems to be doing okay. I got the orchids out here. They're doing okay. I need to get all my orchids that are in sphagnum. I need to get them out of the sphagnum moss. It's not ideal for outdoors when they're not under some kind of shelter, because it rains and rains and rains here, so they'll die. So I gotta get them out of that, except for this guy down here is in sphagnum, and look at how great that suitable is. And this thing is always drenched. It should be dead. I would think it would have rotted And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even completely positive what this is. I don't remember its flower. Probably came from Trader Joe's if I had to guess. Maybe not. Could be some kind of random eBay purchase, but I haven't bought orchids in a very long time. So I've decided I'm not purchasing any more orchids unless it's an orchid that I'm absolutely obsessed with and something that I'm thinking about getting for a very long time, because I have so many. And there's more explanations that I'll do in a separate video as to why. Over here, the herbs. Little herb teacup. Looking pretty good. The oregano needs to get cut back. Generally speaking, with herbs, I've noticed when you let them go to flower, the flavor tends to get bitter. So I'm gonna top that off. Let's see here. I've got my unanimous all lined up here. Need to get them planted. They're gonna go making kind of a hedge somewhere. They give a nice structure. The hydrangea paniculatum's blooming finally. I don't know why I said finally. I'm actually surprised they're blooming so early. But this is the strawberry vanilla. It's supposed to be pink and white, but they look all white to me. So if these turned out to be a limelight, even though they were labeled strawberry vanilla, I'm going to be kind of angry. But I think that they will pink up. I think that they just pink up with age, because I see hints of pink in there. I think that the flowers will pink up as they age. So, okay. For the most part, that's everything. I mean, I could just keep going. The projects just go for days. I think I'm going to put an elephant ear up here for a little bit of extra privacy. I have my heliconia rehab back here. Some heliconias that were mail ordered to me and just looked terrible when they arrived. And I need to get all these planted up too. There's a lot of planting to do here. Not all of the stuff is going to go in these pots. That would be way too full. So I need to get that handled. I probably have, a good 25 or 30 little projects to do. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm not even stressing about it. It's going to be fun. That's kind of the joy of gardening. And I'm taking my time on it at this point, because I want to have fun with it. Right, Toby? Right, Toby? What you doing, bud? And then while I was at Sam's, I picked up some elephant ear bulbs that they had on clearance from the springtime. There's a lot of these. I don't need this many. They had this variety here, Hawaiian Punch, which I've heard of. And they were cheap, so I got them. Just for a little bit of extra color. The last thing I need right now are more plants, so that was probably just not the smartest move on my behalf. But whatever, it's going to be fun. So that'll do it for today. I'm going to get going on these projects, and I'm going to be recording several of them, particularly the orchid ones. I haven't done any orchid videos in quite a long time, but hope everybody's doing well, and life is good. Keep on gardening, stay calm, live peacefully and lovingly, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.